Hello and welcome to Vivid Travels if this is your first time, and if not, welcome back. You ever thought to yourself, I'm supposed to be on vacation and I'm supposed to be relaxing, but for whatever reason, you just can't relax while you're on vacation, whether it's thinking about how much the price of lunch was or how many souvenirs that you have to budget in order to bring back to family and friends, or how much the next excursion is going to cost. Well, I've been there and I've done that, and I may have a solution for you. If you've never thought about an all-inclusive resort, now's the time to start thinking, because all-inclusive resorts offer so much. And I recently went to an all-inclusive resort, and if you're interested in seeing what it looked like, go ahead and look at this video right here. I very much enjoyed my stay, and I talked about if it was worth it. And at the conclusion of that video, I said, yes, it was worth it. But in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and dive into a few more reasons about why exactly I think it's worth it. So basically, we're going to be going over the 5 positives of an all-inclusive resort. Stay tuned. Let's get into it. My number one pro would be the sheer convenience of an all-inclusive resort. You don't have to think about bringing your wallet. Did you forget your room key? Because all of that is taken care of for you. Typically, they'll give you your key card on your wrist so that you don't have to think about it. Any food that you may want can be included, and that can include drinks also. So you don't have to worry about carrying your wallet around. You can go from the pool to the beach to the snack bar to the club and not have to think twice about having to pay extra. Number 2, let's talk money, because for me, that's always a big one, especially if you're like me and you like to travel with family or friends. So an all-inclusive tends to include everything that you can usually think of that vacations are going to cost, all in one budget. So you're talking food, drinks, entertainment, alcohol, all of that. And you don't necessarily have to budget per person, per meal, per day, because it's all included in the all-inclusive price that you pay up front. So it makes budgeting a breeze. You don't have to worry about overspending or trying to split the bill between friends and family, because it's already taken care of. One of the things that people probably don't think of is make sure that you have extra local cash on hand for being able to actually tip the servers, the butlers, the entertainment, the housekeeping, etc., because it tends not to be included. And if they've given you good service, you're going to want to make sure that you show your appreciation. So even though all-inclusives include a lot, they don't include the tips. Make sure you budget for that. Now, on to my favorite part, because if you're like me and you're a foodie, this is your favorite part. Of course, it's going to be the endless food and drink possibilities. So many all-inclusives have a variety of foods that you can choose from, typically multiple restaurants. I would keep in mind that some of the restaurants do require reservations ahead of time, so keep that in mind. But whether it's the morning time when you want to get up and eat breakfast and they have a breakfast buffet, or a coffee bar or a smoothie bar, to lunch, to dinner, to even late night snacks, trust me, there's going to be plenty of food that you can choose from, including local cuisines, typically Chinese, different steakhouses, seafoods. So for me, being able to not have to worry about cooking or paying extra to eat is definitely a pro in my book. when it comes to all-inclusives. Now, of course, what's food without the fun? So my number 4 pro is going to be the built-in activities and entertainment. So because it's an all-inclusive, there are many, many activities that are included. However, there are some inclusives that include different things versus others. So you're going to want to make sure that you dive deep into what is actually included in your all-inclusive resort, because sometimes excursions do cost more, and they do have on-site entertainment that does actually cost more also. However, there are typically tons of free activities that they have around the resorts, anything from karaoke to dance contests to clubs to casinos to singers and dancers, and they keep you entertained. Trust me. So that's definitely a positive, whether you want to relax or whether you want to get hyped at the club. There are options for everybody. Just make sure that you look ahead of time before you before you pay for your all-inclusive to see what it actually includes. So if you need to budget for different excursions ahead of time, at least you know. And last but definitely not least, but definitely also very much important, is the safety aspect. I think when it comes to safety, all-inclusives tend to have safety kind of built in because of the way that the all-inclusive is set up and the different security that may be around, along with different workers that work the grounds. And of course, they're going to have security cameras to make sure that the grounds are safe. So it's kind of like almost its own little bubble where you're just around other people who are also enjoying the all-inclusive, and you don't have people who, can just wander in off the street and potentially harm you as a tourist. Because if there are any people or vendors who do like sell things along the beach, which does tend to happen, typically they are vetted before they are allowed onto the resort property. So for me, that's definitely a big plus, because if I'm solo traveling, I want to make sure that I'm in a safe area and that I'm away from anything that can harm me. If you want to see what an all-inclusive looks like in action, I actually made a vlog about my first all-inclusive experience in Punta Cana. Make sure that you check that out. And if this helped you and possibly helped you plan or decide if you potentially want to go to an all-inclusive resort, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you have any positives that you would like to add as far as an all-inclusive, make sure you put those down in the comments below. And until next time, safe travels.